Hello, hello, hello. How are you? Yes, I am live. Um, it's it's been a bit of a journey getting here. I have been trying to work out on what do you call this stuff? OBS. I've been trying to get OBS working on my poor little computer. And I was doing okay. Then all of a sudden, it just decided that no, it wouldn't let me. OBS and YouTube wouldn't talk to each other because I didn't have much memory left. So I had to scrap that whole idea, which is a bit of a shame because I had three cameras working and it was going to be fantastic stuff. But but alas, my poor little computer is dead. Well, not dead, is dying. He's a bit more live than actually this. But anyway, um, hello, Polk. Yeah, I've got to turn that way because that's where the computer is, so I can read things. So semi-professional tonight. Yeah, it's just the way it is. Yeah, so unfortunately, it was. It looks like my plans for Twitch and doing OBS lives are just gonna be put back until I can find myself, build myself a computer. I've got an old one there. I might be able to play around with the memory there a bit. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, that plan's out of the. It's going to be put back until I'm not quite sure when. And I'm going to watch for 10 minutes. Mostly Zen. Hello. Well, here he is. Here is Tomo. I will be painting for it soon. I just thought I'd just do a little intro. Wait for a few people to wait before I start um, showing you all how bad I have paint. So he's primed, raring to go. And yeah, oh, look, I like 4 people are here. If you are here, say good day. I'll come back and lurking. And I hope you are all wonderful today. Now, I know in the UK it's just gone past, it's about 1 o'clock, isn't it? And I think in the States it's somewhere between 5 and 7 o'clock in the morning. So I'll be, it's 10 here, so it's getting late. So I'll be doing a bit of this, relaxing for the paint and sipping beer tonight. So that should be fun. Well, I will be enjoying it. That's for certain. Um, do I have any news to talk to you about before I get into this? Um, Lots have happened. Look, I know I haven't done my updates for a while, my monthly updates. I plan to do them, especially now that I've got this U-Butte computer, not computer, this U-Butte camera, which was sent to me via a lovely Patreon member. So that was nice. Andy Wall, hey, how are you? Yeah, so I've got that better quality, so you'll probably see some more lives from me. Hopefully, you have noticed better quality in the last couple of videos I've been doing. A lot of that I've been recording on OBS, so we're playing around with that. You know, trying to throw that professional word around a little bit better. Or is it polish? I don't know. Yeah, what else? What have we been thinking about the up and coming releases? The Beast Snaggers. Are we enjoying the Beast Snaggers? What do we think of them? Are they just orks in drag? Uh, are their heads too small? Do you just do you like the idea? People have been throwing this word Primaris orcs around. I'm not a fan. I think it's something different. I just think that that's a little bit of a small-minded look at it, but that's my personal opinion. You can you can have your own opinion. You're valid. So, what do you think? Are we enjoying them? Will you get them? I will. Well, if I'll save up money first, but I will probably get them. I'm liking the look. It's something different. I'm the size of the head. it's a bit strange. I always thought that the heads on these things were dispro disproportionately large, whereas, what's happening is they've sort of more proportion or more proportioned. That'll make me speak gooder, won't it? Yeah, that should work. So, no one's got any thoughts on that? No? Oh no, my beer's exploded. I have beer juice running down. Oh well, that's all I really wanted to say. So, let's go and have a little look at. Let's go down. I only got one camera, unfortunately, because of my failed experiments with the OBS. So hopefully you can see that. And that's a bit too far. We might bring that a little bit closer. And are we seeing that okay? I've got to keep my patient attention, but leave the stream running with the volume turned off. Okay. All right. No worries. Well, thanks for dropping in, and let's get going. So here he is, an assault on Blackreach boy that I've had knocking around for who knows how long. But I did give a little prime yesterday, and it's black, of course. Abaddon black was what I used. Now, my Patreon member wants me to do a goth boy, and we're going to call him Tomo. So I'm going for black. And what someone told me a long, long time ago, well, and I can't remember who, but when I was warning, 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 non-orc, when I was painting these guys, I came across a trick to make it black more black. You add Eshin grey to it. So I have done some before, and here we have in here a little bit of Eshin grey and black mixed in. It's about a 50-50 mix. Just need to put a little bit more water in it, just to get that, make it, you know, as a follower of Duncan, too thin paints, too thin paints. Yes, I have non-orc stuff. My other army is the Dangles, the Dark Angels. That's the Guardians of the Covenant there. So, and they'll probably be showing up when I decide to do my bat reps for my crusade, which I've still got a bit of terrain building to do, because I've been putting it off because it's not really, terrain building isn't really exciting me. So I'm a bit nervous here. All you people who've been painting for a long time are going to see me paint, and I don't know. So I've decided what I'm going to do is do the pants and the shirt, and in this black color, which is the 50-50 mix of Eshin, and hopefully be nice and thin. So I don't know what I'm going to wash him with yet, because I don't think I've ever painted a goth before. This is new stuff. New stuff. Yeah, good to have some around. Really nice basic materials. Thanks. I There was a while there when I think the Dark Angels came out for the 6th edition, and I was really, really, I'm not doing this right, am I? You know what I keep forgetting? And I always forget to use it. I use it to display things, and but I never use the paint. So let's do some more. Let's do some more tests. And yeah, I will base this guy later um, into for him. There's the 32 mil. Let's see how this works. I always forget to use this. So I don't think I've only used it once or twice. So I have more to just display stuff, but it's a problem with I find with black on black is that if you're not really careful of where you are, and if it dries a little bit too fast, sometimes you sort of can't work out where you're at. But then that's probably just the story of my life. And don't forget to do the little bit under the belt there, done up the top, and do his shirt, or a black shirt. I suppose being a goth, he's going to wear all black. A bit like the goths of the 90s. They used to like to wear all black, didn't they? And heavily painted makeup. Well, I don't think I'll give Tomo heavily painted makeup. I don't think he's that sort of orc boy. But never know. You know, we shouldn't go shaming orcs on their clothing or lifestyle choices. Hmm. Now, I do believe that is done. So, oh no, there's a little bit there. All right, so I'll go back, and while that's drying, let's have a look. Let's get some green on this little mother, eh? All right. Yes. I use paper for blotches. Or splotches. What's the word? Then I am wondering what sort of colour shall I do for the I'll just do that for his boots. I haven't really thought about that yet. I've got some Eshin Grey, maybe some Dark Reaper boots. Right, what am I doing? That's right. All right, give me something to talk about, guys. Let me go to a topic. What would you like me to discuss? What orky things are going? So what else is going on? Okay, oh, that's right. You may have noticed the logo on the thumbnail for this thing was slightly different. That's because I've decided to give myself a Discord, and I'm calling it the BRAKFAST KLUB. It was a bit of a joke that I had on the 40k Orc community Discord, and get in under. I always forget to get under here. Oh, actually, I'm actually quite. Don't know why I don't use these things more often. Sorry about that. You've just gone out of the way. You're a croco snacker. What kind of Australian wild do you think Tomo has killed and eaten? Or, well, I would say he probably likes a good steady diet of drop bears. I can just imagine there'd be a type of squig in planet Australis that is has the fierce furry drop bear. You know, they just sit there in there getting stoned on the leaves, and then all of a sudden some fresh orc meat comes along, and they just drop out and go, looks like meat's back on the menu. And yeah, a little bit of fighting, crumping to get his. Welcome to painting in Australia, where the paint dries up a lot quicker than you want it to. Okay. What bits did I miss? You're going to notice that I do tend to miss a lot, and I think that's because of my bad eyes. Well, I suppose they're not really they're not mischievous or anything like that. They don't sneak out at night and go and make way with young girls and sorry, I mean young ladies. You're not supposed to say young girls anymore, are we? You get accused of all sorts of things by saying that. Um, but as an old fella, some of my language is just a little bit old dated. And I never want to be stuck in my ways, but as I found as I getting older, it's happening. I'm trying to rebel against it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, look, and when I do these base, I don't, well, I never um, paint around the features. Some of the bigger models I've been doing it, but on these smaller boys uh, tend to go over the teeth, and well, we sort of do all that later. Now, have I missed anything? No, no, no. Dun, dun, dun. Um, yeah, I don't think he's a snagger, but he's not really big enough, is he? Did you see there's a link going around from the is that focused enough? Is that all right? Please let me know if it's not focused too right, because I think the camera's focusing on Tiger Lily over here in the background. There she is. She's asleep, which is quite surprising for this time. Usually, as soon as I shut the door to do things, she has to go outside. And why does she go outside? Solely so when I close the door after it, she come in and knock on the door to go back in. This cat does not like closed doors. And I think I've got everything for the first coat. Still haven't worked out. What the heck? Don't have any brown, unfortunately. I've got to go and buy some Mornfang brown otherwise. So let's just go with a little bit of. So I am rinsing my brushes off camera because that's where it said if I really don't want to have it here where you can see it because I can just imagine all sorts of things going. Has a bit flare, it's focused more on your hands and the cat beast. So maybe if I go back, no, yeah, I'm supposed to autofocus. So I do apologise for that. And come on, you can do it. You've got a good autofocus. So he is green. Believe me, he's green. No, that's not good at all. And where was I? Dark Reaper. Dark Reaper. Needs more light on the Mini. I wonder. How's that? How is that? A little bit better? I can't see. Cannot see at all. It also makes my... No, that's what I was doing. I need to wet that up a bit, don't I? It's probably the right there. Get the light out of shot. I see what you're talking about. One day, I'll get that better. All right. That's a little bit better. And we'll just wait for that to focus. It'll autofocus. Hopefully. I'm probably going to need another screen here to sort of stop things, aren't I? Let's drink beer. Actually, I'd really like to know. Better. Well, I hope it's a little bit better. We're sort of half testing this. I'm going to have to do things at night, and I've lost someone. I'm sorry, I've lost you. So Dryad Bark. Oh, you want to see a guy who can't paint? And although if you don't want to see him paint, there's a sleeping cat in the background. That's always nice to go and check out. And yeah. So, Mr. Powell, I take it you got the kids off to bed okay, and well, within the parameters of. And once again, what I'm doing, I get pretty heavy-handed with these, so I do all the brown, so over the bootstraps and things like that. And I might actually try painting when I do the fine detail. I might do that on Sunday. So I'm going to do another live on Sunday about brunch time. So that's it's about 9 o'clock my time. So yeah, I'm thinking of getting 2 of these a week done just for something to do. I have to alter my sleep patterns a bit because the next door are going to be renovating very soon. So they're going to get very, very noisy, which means that during the daytime, I won't be able to get that much recording done at all. So nighttime is probably going to be the best time for that. And yeah, as I said before, I am painting over the straps, which I'll do that. We'll probably go over and do that. Whoops, you just caught me licking. Ooh, that didn't taste nice. Not nice at all. All right. Yeah, yeah, you're right. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to see if I can get a white light for the room. Maybe get a daylight. It is a what do they call that stuff? Um, it's an energy saver, but I think you can get energy savers in white light now. And I've got a little LED sort of helping out here. I do have the big one, but it's not in the right spot. So I should probably set that up. So, but other than that, it's there. At least everything's all focused. Well, it's focused on the cat anyway. All right, so the first coat of the black is done on the shirt and the pants. We have the green on the arms and the face, and it's time for the metallics. If I can work out where I've put it. Now, I used to buy my to get paints cheaper. I used to go and get them online, but as COVID kept on going through, all the good paints were going, all the ones I used to like. So one day I just couldn't find any lead belcher or or iron breaker, and I just couldn't find anywhere. I just went to all the online stores, and there was nothing that was available. But there was this stuff, grey night steel. So I thought it'll work at a pinch. I can just wash it down. I can sort of wash it and hopefully it'll. And I've become a fan. I've really become a fan of it. It does come on really bright and shiny, but other than that, with a nice sort of Nuln oil, you can actually get it to look a little bit more dirty and grotty. So, and it also comes up as a treat. But what I have found too, that it's once you've done the washes, you can actually use it to do a light dry brush, and it just does that highlights really, really well. Well, I seem to think it does. So I'm stuck with it, and I'm sort of glad that I have. Now, did I talked about so earlier? Look, I'm just going to do this. That's what I did today. I set up Linktree. So there's all my socials. So all the socials that I have. So there's Instagram, my Facebook page, the Instagram, Facebook page, Twitter, YouTube, of course. But you don't need you already know how to get here, don't you? With that, um, and also the my Discord group, the Breakfast Club, and the Buy Me a Coffee and Patreon. All the links to all the socials. And yeah, I'm on Twitter. I don't have much following on Twitter. I went back there, thought I'd try it out. Um, Usually, I don't engage with idiots on there because there aren't that many real idiots on the sort of 40k orc people. I don't sort of get really idioty. I think all the idiots that like orcs tend to go over to Reddit, and I don't really want to go there. It's just a rabbit hole I'm very reluctant to. Where's my OnlyFans? I don't have OnlyFans. Who would want to see that? Well, other than my wife, but that's a different story. Um, bloody hell. I love the Australian humidity. It's great for painting. And voila. And I think, yeah, I was going to do that, wasn't I? Just something a bit different than I usually do. I tend to not do metallics on the shoulder pads and the armor, but I just thought that maybe goths do. I had a look at online at a few color schemes, and they're all a bit gothy, weren't they? I would like the idea of doing a scar boy, but when I sort of say, well, maybe I mean rude boy. Yeah, the proper scar. The great music from the 80s and 90s, that punk reggae fusion, which I am a really big fan of. Always got to go and get me skank on. Yes, that's I know skank has a different meaning these days, but anyway. Yep. Give me some specials, the undertones, but not the mighty, mighty boss tones or anything. Hello, Marcus. How are you? Rough iron, yeah, rough iron's good. I should try and get that. Everyone's been talking about it. One day I will venture into into paints which aren't Citadel. Um, the thing is, I don't know. I don't really know enough about the paints, and to go in some of the hobby stores, you walk around, you don't know what you want, and always a bit reluctant. But I did do this. Is my first foray into non non Citadel paints. I do find that to the so dead white is great, and the black is actually, even though it was in a Citadel jar, it's actually this Negro black, um, which I really really like. It's deeper. It's a bit deeper than the Abaddon black and the Chaos black, which I really can't find any difference in. Oh, look at that! I painted on the little black there. Oh no, it's a tragedy. Yeah, I'd love. I've One day I should just go and just walk into a store that has them and just pick a color, any color, and then just or maybe get a couple of a different hue and then just sort of play around with it and then change over. I don't even have contrast paints. Um, all right, now while that's dry, let's go back to my black mixture. And for those people who came in a little late, this is actually a mixture of the black and Eshin grey. It was a little trick I learned when I was painting my Dark Angel vehicles. And yeah, so that's all nice and dry now. And painting in front of the camera is actually this is something I haven't done also. So it's really the to try and stop the urge from painting up closer to my eyes is and away from the camera is something that I have to master. But yeah. Hmm. Oops, I almost lost it. Phone just keep computer just keeps going off for no apparent reason. All of silent notifications. Well, they're not silent, they're just invisible. Try and work out what's been said and not been done and can't see a thing. Drives me nuts. And it's a shirt. Let's try and get that thinned in. Oh, I didn't do the back plate, did I? Oh no. That's it. I'll probably go to painting hell. And gotta remember to talk. Gotta remember. Okay. All right, guys. What else would you like me to talk about? Pick a topic, any topic. Make me perform. Make him dance, monkey dance. Bees and frogs. Bees. Well, now some of you may know that I actually went to England in the 90s, and what was interesting about England was that yeah, it's very much like Australia, and it wasn't there were things that were different as well, and some of the things that were so similar and but not the same were the things I sort of really got my head going. Now, bumblebees, they're bloody huge. I'd never seen a bee that huge before. I actually wondered that there might have been something slipped in me beer when I was in this nice little English garden, beer garden, because the bloody oh, huge bees. Like bees aren't meant to be that colour. Like I'd seen honeybees because they came over with the first fleet, didn't they? And subsequent fleets. Uh, but but yeah, never seen a bee that big before. But we've got a few native bees in Australia. We have one that flies around our place. They like to live. They're solitary little creatures. And he's blue. He's got little blue and black bands. I can't remember the name, but he's yep. That's all the black done on the shirt and the pants. So, so now it's time for the second coat of the flesh. Flesh. Yeah, I suppose they are cute, but I just couldn't get over it. They were just so so huge and a little bit too huge than what I was looking for, which was a bit odd. A little bit odd. Um, but I was reminded because at school they like to tell you about these things about how bees were. I'm going to need a bit more, a little bit. That needs to be a bit thinner, doesn't it? Yeah, that's about right. Um, that they are so big and they really shouldn't be flying around due to aerodynamics and all that sort of sciencey stuff. So just sort of Have a little sip of beer. And let's do this. Yeah, so it was. I'm sitting there and I'm pretty amazed, going, "Wow, it's true. They shouldn't be able to fly, but they do." And I don't think anyone had laced my beer at the garden, mainly because I was with me dad and me auntie, and they're not the sort of people to do that sort of thing. My auntie and uncles are very atypical British village people. They're just sort of the ones. They're sort of the type of people you see in you see in the British TV shows. Not the quirky ones, just the average sort of people that you see in your normal little country villages. And because I spent 3 months in the Shire of Gloucester in a little village called Tewkesbury. That's where I based myself, and I used to go cycling around there just for kicks. And it was nice. Great experience. A shame I never got back. Circumstances are all that. That was the first 3 months, and then I moved up to Manchester to visit an old friend who moved who moved to England a couple of years before. Fell in, fell in love with an English bloke and got married, as you do. So I had to go and visit her because she's an old family friend, and I stayed in Manchester. I wanted to go to Manchester anyway because I was it was the 1990s, and I was really into that whole Manchester scene. Yeah, a bit before the Stone Roses days, but they started going. But I was I like that whole thing. Happy Mondays, New Order, 808 State. These are probably bands that half these people might not know because there's a few mostly Americans in here, aren't they? Yeah. Now I did this side, didn't I? Uh, it's looking good. Oh no, I missed a bit. Oh, that was bees. What else? Frog bees. Frogs and bees. Frogs. Well, as you know, we in Queensland have a bit of a problem with cane toads. Well, Australia's a bit of a problem with cane toads. But over the years, the ecology's got used to it. Well, that's what I was thought, and that's what I was taught. But there seems to be a bit of a resurgence of cane toads, especially in my local area. All the Facebook groups are getting up. I've got quite a few in our backyard. Now, it was Christmas time. There was a big, massive one, which the father-in-law sort of ran over with the whippersnipper. I was trying to save him so I'd get a picture of him and send a poke, but I could never get him. Like he always came out at night, and he jumped on my foot once while I was taking the clothes off the line at night, and scared the little bejesus out of me. All right. Yeah, and as you'll probably notice, a lot of my painting style is me fixing up mistakes. That's why it takes so long. It's like, oh, I've missed a bit. Oh no, I've got over. I'm gonna have to clean that up. And that is how I do it. Okay, got under the chin. They've been all coated. Wow, flesh. Let that dry. I think it's time for wristbands, and with the wristbands, I think I'm going to no. Shake him up. A bit of Xandry dust on the wristbands. And I'm thinking of making the belts a bit of contrast with the khaki green. So it'll be gothish. It'll be Brak's version of goth. And oh, it's really thick, isn't it? That's a little bit too dry for a bit too thick for my liking. Put that over there. Mix that in there. No, I don't think I really don't believe that I'm actually that you guys are actually going to learn anything new from me. I think all you guys, well, especially the ones that have been talking, have been I can't type. I need to sleep. All right. Oh, that's right. You're a night shift person, aren't you? I'm thinking you should be just waking up. All right. Good night, Poke. Catch you in the morning. I was almost going to go hoot and giggle there for a while. See you in the morning. Hoot, hoot. Now, Hoot and Giggle is a TV show for kids. Yeah, so Hoot's an owl and Giggle's some sort of clown. Well, he hasn't got makeup and big shoes. He's just an idiot uh, with a high-pitched voice. Probably not very nice, but yeah. But the kids seem to like him. And at the end, they sort of split. They do little skits in between little other TV shows, like Peppa Pig and stuff like that. And they tend to finish right before bedtime, or so sometime between 6 and 7 o'clock is when the last of the kids shows end, little kid shows, and they always tell people to go to bed. And it was great because TV would tell people to go to bed so the parents could actually send their kids to bed. Um, yeah. And at the end, they always say, "See you in the morning, go hoot hoot," and then there was some lullaby. And then after that, it became 7 o'clock, and Spicks and Specks came on, which is a Australian show about music. One of those game show formats where you've got compare and three, 6 guests and 2 teams, and they do trivia. So the Brits would. So you've got never mind the Buzzcocks. Well, like that sort of format, except that the host was a fixture, and so you're probably all very excited about that. So there's only 3 people left. Listen to me crap on about Australian television, which had been on for a while, but I believe they're going to come back. I mean, it's the host was a British comedian, Adam Hills. He's been in England doing shows like does The Last Leg. Very similar sort of comedy style there. What will I do next? I'm going to keep the black as it is, and then I think. What time is it? Oh, yeah, we still got about 40 minutes ago. I was trying to keep it at least an hour or get an hour of this done, or until I fall asleep. So, well, in that case, let's do the first coat of War Boss Green. So if you've seen my videos before, you have probably quite aware that my orc skin recipe is really simple. It's just war flesh, war boss green, then Beltane, Beltane green wash, and then a little bit of highlights with the mute green and maybe in some cases flash kit yellow, depending on the model. Small models with not very high sharp edges don't tend to get a lot of yellow. You might get a bit of yellow on the around the knuckles and things like that. You might see. Just so I talked about frogs and I talked about bees. Bee snaggers. I did talk about the bee snaggers a little before. Do we like them? What do we think of the bee snaggers? I do. I'm a fan. I'm a big fan, and there is some justification. Some of the critiques about it, and yeah, they may be a little bit too sort of fairish. They do look a bit too much like orks, maybe, but I don't know. I don't think I think all this talk about prime orcs is lazy thinking, um, and just just hold. You probably hear that scratching. That's the cat wanting to get outside, so I better let the cat out. I'll be Brak. I'm Brak. Yeah, well, the cat didn't want to go out. He just she just went and hid. Um, Look at that dried. Oh, she's stuck out now. I'll be back. I'm Brak. Are we getting sick of that joke yet? I've got a funny feeling I'm going to be doing that for the rest of my life. Well, my YouTube life anyway, which who knows how long that's going to be. Eox Minis, John, how are you? I hope you're well. Sorry I didn't catch you live. I was preparing for this and looking after the wife. She got a suspected dislocated rotator cuff at the moment, so she's taken days off work and I've got to make sure she's all fine and dandy and yeah, do all those house husbandy things. Had to make her some so I made bangers and mash today with carrots and peas. So I had to make sure the carrots were soft enough so that she could sort of don't have to cut them up. And I cut up the sausages for her because she can't use her arm or her hand. And yeah, so I was a little busy. So yeah, it's good to be streaming again. I've told this story before. I have been trying to set up OBS to get ready to try and get more streaming done and to what's the word? And then Twitch. So I was setting things up, and I had a great setup. I had this camera here, and I had another camera here, and it was all well and dandy. When I was doing the testing, I was doing some testing and trying to get it to talk to the YouTube Live, and the computer basically shat itself and went, "Yeah, you got to be kidding! I'm not doing that." Um, so, so I had to go back and just use the YouTube. I managed to work out how to change the camera settings. So I'm using the nice new um, camera, which was given to me by one of my Patreons, and it's no secret who did that. Um, yeah, so Gear Guts sent me bought me a new web camera, and I've been using it, and that's why some of this quality is a little bit better than last. So I really thank him for that. He's been a really great supporter of me, and yeah, but it's been quite. I've got quite a few people who've been supporting me as well, and mostly Zen is another one, and Marcus he's been helps me out with buy me a coffees a bit. He's a frequent coffee buyer, so thank him for that as well. And yeah, it's nice to know that people are seeing something in what I'm doing that they want to help contribute to it. It sort of warms the cockles of this old man's art. And I see Sydney is going. How's it going? I've been dropping in and out of various devices as the start. Finally got keyboard access. Oh, that's been you. You've been the one making the little things go up and down. Oh, excellent. Well, it's been fun. I'm just wondering if 9 o'clock was, sorry, 10 o'clock was a little bit too late for me because I just got a little bit tired, a bit exhausted. Um, but that just could be because it's just been a long day. Um, and it's been a very long day, sort of looking after um, invalid and sore wives. Yeah. So I am thinking of doing this. But maybe I'll keep with 10. I do like 10 because nine's a little bit too early for the Americans. Um, and it's 10 p.m. Mine is it's about 1 p.m. In UK. And what I do like about it too is that we're actually the Americans and the Brits and the Australians are all on the same day. Whereas, yeah, so I think I might do late night Wednesdays and then follow up with another session on Sunday brunch. So that's 9 a.m. So, which is getting into, it's probably a more American friendly time zone. Um, they're all starting in the mid morning, but I think what's happening here is, but for your folks in the UK, you just cop into bed unless you're a night owl. Well, that is almost it. I think now that the interesting thing I've liked with this granite steel, when it does dry, you tend to see things that you miss. So I'll just go over that a little bit again. And I don't know why. I don't know. It's whether it's something to do with the paint the pigment of the paint, or it's just my dodgy eyes. Let's just go with my dodgy eyes. That's probably it. Mm. Oops, sorry, I shouldn't do that. It's very bad. Have I been doing that often? That's just a that funny little whistle blown sound. I hope I haven't done that a lot. It's it's a subconscious thing I do, and I've only just started noticing it while I'm been doing videos and recording because sometimes when I'm recording on the OBS, there's some few long periods of silence, and you just got this bizarre me making horrible noises with my mouth. And no, that's not the Australian accent. That's a lovely sound. That's what I keep forgetting. I said I forgot the back armor plate, didn't I? I'll probably do that put another color over that. Try and make it a bit more gothy. Is he looking like a goth? Is he looking like a goth? I'll probably put a bit of white on them, sort of make it so it's painted white on the helmet, and maybe some checks on the shoulder plate. So, like, I've never painted a goth before, but I'll probably do a little goth army. I can probably get a little what do they call that thing? Maybe a combat patrol. Give me a chance to maybe buy proper gas skull, because I've got this guy. No, I won't show him. He's sort of stuck in behind something, and I'll knock the paint over. Checks are the way to go. Hashman lol. Okay. I think. Well, how are we going for time? Oh, it's 11 o'clock. It's so I'm just looking at something on the internet I need to. All right. Well, it's a bit over. I don't like the idea that this little pouch thing hasn't been done, so I'm going to give it a bit of a paint job. And I think best color to give the paint, which sort of complements, if I can find it, is Dark Reaper. Mhm. That's not Dark Reaper. Oh. Hmm. Now they can't go anywhere. Can't find it, so I'm going to change it. I'm going to change it up a bit. So what I'm going to do is let's make it match the boots. So Dryad Black, Dryad Bark, not black, not black at all. Water, bit thick. These guys are keeping me honest, that's for certain. Just there. And yeah, I'm starting to. Mistakes have become a bit of a plenty at the moment, so just starting to happen. So we'll just do that there. So the first coat. So I'll know what to start on. And let's do the belt. Nice brown belt. It's quite stylish, isn't it? I used to have a brown belt when I was a little kid. I used to love the only belt I had. And I used to wear it with all my jeans, even my black ones. And just on that strap there. And I think we'll do the show. No, no, I'm not going to. Because as I said, I am starting to make a few little mistakes. And we will just. We're going to leave it there. No, no, we're not going to leave it there. Yeah, I am. I was thinking about washing it with green, but no, I'll do that after I've done the rest of the belts. So we've got the belts in along here that need to be done, and that little bit there. So I'll probably do a little bit of brass around the buckles and around the buckles here, and the paint him with a little brass too. And then once that's done, I'll then wash it. But this is where it is at the moment. I hope he's looking gothy, isn't he? Tomo the Goth. I think I think that's that. So let's just do this, and look, there's a fat man. We put that there. Not only is a fat man, and we might just turn that off. No, the extra lighting. No, we'll turn it off. That's right. Yes, there you have a fat man with beer. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. What do you think? Did I do anything wrong? Is it that good? Is it that bad? Will you? I so the Sunday session. That's 9 a.m. my time. I'll be back, and hopefully we'll get some more on this. Probably another hour or so. I think I've got family coming over on Saturday. It's or I've got a picnic to go to, so I'll probably have to probably get an hour in before I can actually get some stuff done. I should be talking to the camera, shouldn't I? Not looking at myself. I don't really need to see myself anyway. Okay, well, that's it. Thank you very much for sticking with me. For the 5 people who are here, it's great. I had a blast. It was really good. I enjoyed it. I'll probably, as I said, gonna try and do these again. So Wednesdays and Saturdays, um, other videos. I'm in the middle of trying to get a bat report done from TTS. So that's coming. It's been a bit of a slug getting it through. I've had to sort of put it on hold at the moment because of the wife's illness. So Who knows when it's come, but you never know. If any more new orc releases come in, I'll be on that. I'll be on that quick smart and hopefully get some news about that. Um, yeah, so thanks for watching. If you did like, subscribe, and share. And if you'd like to throw some cash my way, uh, Patreon and buy me a coffee. Now, in the description, there's my new link tree. So you press on that, I'll go to all the socials. And I think what I'm going to do when I stop this, while I have a beer, I'm going to relax. I'm going to go to the Breakfast Club and go online there. So if you want to keep chat, we want to have a chat afterwards. Um, get on to. Actually, we'll just do that here. So there's the link. Put the link. Find the link called the Breakfast Club. It's my Discord, and we can have a chat. So until then, catch you later. And remember, if you're going crumping, you gotta bash early and bash often.